premiere will be on November 22nd in Montpellier, and then it will be performed again, given its Parisian premiere at Théâtre du Châtelet by Orchestre National de Paris. And it's a collaboration with Amyra Léon, who's a singer from New York, now based between New York and London. It was a complete coincidence where I was landing. This was a year and a half ago, so April 2018. And I landed in New York, and a friend of mine who's actually a philosopher and an activist, she wrote me a message. She said, you have to come with me. This singer, she's amazing. And then we went to hear the concert, and I was just blown away. It was incredible. Her voice had so many colors and such flexibility and range and level of expression that I thought it could work with my music. And I just decided to write her a kind of fan mail, you know, and I wrote her an email, and I said, this was not even about an orchestra piece. I just thought I would love to work with her in some way. I would love to meet her, just to know if this is something that would even be possible, just personality-wise. And 3 months later, or something like that, she responded and said, yeah, this all sounds interesting. She's never worked with a composer before. She doesn't read. She used to play cello as a child, but she doesn't actually read music. So her background in classical music is very, very limited. But she was curious. She said it was always her dream to sing with an orchestra. A Woman Spilled, at first, I really thought of it as a completely separate work. Just because, again, it's with Amyra, it's something I've never done before, working with someone who's a non-classical singer who's also, you know, she's a kind of composer in this project as well, because she's writing her own vocal part and she's writing her own text, which was a very important thing for me, because she does tell her stories. I didn't want to tell her story for her, obviously. She has a story to tell. I've always liked writing for orchestra. I mean, how can you not be drawn to the orchestra? Because of all the colors. Again, similar to what I was describing with Amyra and her voice. Her voice is like an orchestra, and an orchestra just has so many colors and so many possibilities. And of course, it's a different type of writing, and I've always been aware of that. I've never tried writing for the orchestra the way I would write for a string quartet, you know, the previous project I did with Durand, or a chamber piece in general. So it's really thinking. I always think with an orchestra in layers, layers of colors, layers of materials, and in this piece, for sure. In A Woman Spilled, I'm thinking similarly about that, and then the voice being the narrative layer on top of all these other layers. And I would say that's a development of my previous orchestral works.